We have a favorite saying around here from Oscar Wilde. He once said, "Man is least himself when he speaks in his own voice, but put him in a mask and he'll tell the truth." I'm Jeff Semmerling, and we're at the Inside Out Art Studio, which is a little mom and pop storefront art studio that my wife and I started. And it's also the home of the Semmerling and Schaefer Mask Studios partnership that I have with a mask maker named Sonia Schaefer. Everybody knows what to do with a mask, but as we get older and more into this Midwestern culture, we get kind of removed from what we should be doing with masks, which is really, at the bottom line, getting over ourselves. When you put on a mask, you put your identity away and all those things that are associated with that. There are practices in masks everywhere else in the world. People really use masks for a number of reasons because of the power they have over the human beings. Sometimes they're used for health, for medicine. Sometimes they're used in religious practices and cultural binding practices like Mardi Gras. But wherever they're used, they're really powerful things. A good party mask like what we usually make brings attention to your eyes and your smile, and so it's kind of a flirting tool. I think people really are beginning to have a great time with it. There's a lot to it, but as in all art, you try to make it look like there isn't much to it at all. You try to make it look simple. You start with material. Mask making is about that. There's hardly any better material than leather, which is the primary material we make masks in. It's a skin, so when you need to put it on as a second skin over your face, it has a lot of helpful properties. When you work with a naturally tanned piece of leather, all you have to do is get it wet and it becomes like a sheet of clay. It's a beautiful material. It's really fun to work with. We cast people's faces so that we have a real human face that we're working on in plaster, and then you work the leather over that plaster, all entirely in the positive, but the thing you're working it on is a human face, so in the end it will fit a human face. But again, we find it's worth it, that with a mask, this thing that you're going to wear on your face and go to a party or for whatever reason get attention in, it's really worth the difference that it takes to have it made by hand in fine materials than imported from somewhere where a machine is pressing them out. Steampunk, sort of a leathery, coppery thing. It's a big mask, but because it's light leather, it's really comfortable. It's really easy to wear. Our goal is to stay creative and to be developing as world-class artists ourselves in our neighborhood, to not just think of developing as an artist as something that should draw us away from being part of where we are. We like where we are. We have a clientele of parents who bring their children to experience art with us. And I wouldn't mind, staying right here, perhaps renting more of my neighbor's spaces in the future, but staying right here and always being known for what we've begun and what we become, being definitely connected strongly to what we started out to be. Now I'm Chicago. It's my city.